What up, YouTube? I'm back. So, what an episode, man. There's a lot of things that I liked about this week's episode, but there's some things that I dislike. So, we're gonna talk about all that in this week's review. So, let's get right to it. So, obviously, the thing that I liked the most about this week's episode was Mirio, aka Lemilion. I really like his character. He's an amazing character. We've seen a lot of him in this week's episode, and even though we haven't seen him that much since he was introduced, we've seen him for like maybe 12 episodes right now. He's been amazing, man. I really like the way that they develop his character because I think right now he's my favorite character in My Hero, so I think that they've done a great job of developing his character, and his power and how he uses it is awesome, man. It's amazing. So yeah, I really like Mirio's resolve, because he knows that when he encountered Chisaki and Eri for the first time, he kind of messed up in a way. Even though he maybe have done the right thing, he knows that Chisaki and the Hasaikai have done, bad things to Eri, so he feels like he let down Eri when he did that. So I really like his resolve and how he wants to save Eri, and even Eri was surprised, because she hasn't been around people like him, and even she was asking him why he was doing that, so I really like Mirio's resolve. That's, I think, the thing that I like the most about him, because we haven't seen that from him before. Before we kind of see the Mirio that likes to joke and everything like that, but seeing Mirio have resolve and be really serious is pretty cool. That's one of my favorite parts about Mirio's character. Something else that I liked about this week's episode was some of the fight scenes. Y'all gonna know why I'm saying some, because we're gonna talk about that later in the review, but some of the fight scenes I thought were pretty good. I really liked the way that Mirio was going about it. He was really strong, man. It's impressive how well he uses his quirk against other villains. I thought that it was pretty cool, and I really liked some of the scenes with Overhaul. Overhaul is something else, man, and we're going to talk about him a lot more later in this week's review, but he's an amazing villain right now, and I really like some of the fight scenes that we saw between him and Mirio. Just the way that Mirio defeated two of Overhaul's subordinates just before he fought Overhaul and got Eri back. It was amazing, man. He beat them so easily, and he was so fast. It was an amazing part of the fight. But yeah, man, like I said, Chisaki, aka Overhaul, is an amazing villain. I really like the way that he fights. Some of the things that he does reminds me a lot of Full Metal Alchemist. The way that Edward Elric is using his his powers. I thought that it resembled a lot of what Overhaul was doing. So I really like the way that they've done his quirk, because he can basically destroy and reconstruct the things. So that's basically Alchemist's power. But yeah, it was pretty cool. I really like the way that they did his quirk and the way that he was using it. We saw a little bit of Mirio's backstory. I thought it was pretty cool seeing Mirio, wanting to be a hero since he was a kid. And it seems like Mirio's father had the same quirk as him, so that's quite interesting. And his father gave up on being a hero because it was really hard to use his quirk for being a hero. So that's even more impressive that Mirio has been able to do all of that, even though his quirk is really hard to learn in the hero profession. That's pretty cool. And even though Mirio's dad gave up on his dream, he was still supporting Mirio 100%, so I really like that. But yeah, man, Mirio was amazing. He did everything that he needed to do, in this week's episode. He saved Eri, he got her back, he fought against Chisaki and other members of the Hasaikai by himself. It was basically at one point 3-on-1 or 2-on-1. So he was doing a lot while protecting Eri. So there's something that he did in this week's episode. It was a trick with his cape. He kind of protected Eri with his cape by using it as a decoy, and then he went underground to go hit, I think it was Chisaki or one of his subordinates. That was kind of an amazing scene. He's really, really smart, so that's one of the scenes that I really liked about this episode. But yeah, man, Mirio was amazing, but something happened at the end of the episode. He was hit with one of these bullets that are made of Eri's DNA, and it seems like he will not have a quirk anymore. I'm guessing because some of the bullets that Chisaki aka Overhaul had, it seems like these bullets were some of the ones that will be permanent, permanently remove Mirio's quirks. I hope not, but even without his quirk, Mirio was a hero. He was going up against Overhaul without fear, and he was doing pretty well. So Mirio is not just a hero because of his quirk, he's a real hero. So I really like that about him. But yeah, man, I hope that he hasn't lost his quirk, because he's amazing, man. He was really, really great. He was even better than I expected. So hopefully he'll have his quirk back in a few. But yeah, if this was Mirio's last stand as a hero with a quirk, it was an amazing last stand. I really liked it. But now there's some things that I disliked about this week's episode, and there wasn't a lot, but the things that I disliked were pretty big for me. So the thing that I really didn't like was the stop motion scenes. There was a lot of stop motion still shots of the battles, that I really didn't like. I would have liked the studio to actually animate an anime, and they didn't do that for a lot of the fights. There was a lot of stop motion shots, and I really, really didn't like that, man, because I've heard from the manga readers that that was an amazing fight, and it still was an amazing fight, but they should have animated a lot more than that. At the end of the fight, there was a lot of stop motion shots of Mirio fighting Overhaul, and I thought that they could have done a better job of doing that with actual animation. So hopefully they'll do better. They've had like a year to make this anime, so I'm wondering why the hell that did that happen, because they've been waiting. I guess it's because they were doing the movie at the same time, so they didn't have the animators to do it. But yeah, man, I was kind of disappointed about that, but hopefully it will get better. There's been a lot of stop motion shots in the other episodes, so hopefully we'll have a great animated episode soon, and I think this is coming next week, because at the end of the episode we saw how I think it was Deku that came to the rescue, so we'll have to see what's gonna happen with that, because right now I guess that Chisaki is being cornered, because one, he doesn't have Eri in his hand right now with him, and two, the other heroes are coming, so we'll have to see. Even though Mirio hasn't won, quote unquote, he still gave time to the other heroes to come to the rescue, so they'll be outnumbering Overhaul and his subordinate right now, so that's gonna be interesting. But yeah, man, let me know what you thought about this week's episode in the comments down below, and let me know what you think is gonna happen next. I thought it was pretty good, even though there was some things that I really disliked about it. But yeah, man, Mirio was amazing, and I hope that we see a lot more of him, this season with his quirk. Hopefully his quirk will still be there after that. But yeah, I do Boku no Hero Academia Season 4 reviews every Saturday morning, so subscribe for that. But I also do other anime related things like Black Clover reviews on Tuesdays, I do, like I said, Boku no Hero Academia. Then I do Sword Art Online Alicization War of Underworld at noon on Saturdays. And then later that night, I do One Piece reviews. So stay tuned for all of that. If you have other animes that you want me to review, let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, man, it was great and a great episode, and I can't wait to see the next one next week. Um, like, comment, subscribe. It would help my channel a lot, and follow me at Anime Specialist on Twitter and Instagram. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Anime Specialist out. Peace.